Hello, neighbors. You've made it to the third quarter of 2023, and this is great because you have breath and you have your mind. So you have all the tools you need to create the life you desire. And this reading for July, August, and September will break down the upcoming planetary energy so that you can use the influence to your best advantage. So welcome to your reading. If you want to keep track of how the planetary energy personally affects you, please feel free to get your Astrology Daily Journal from my Amazon store. I always implore my clients to keep track of what's happening to them according to the planetary energy that's occurring. Not only is it a good way to reflect, but it's also an amazing way to look at your past to prepare for the future and use the energy to make power moves. I'll link the journal below in the description. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. With that said, let's get to the reading and see what the third quarter of 2023 has in store for you and how you can use the influence to manifest your goals and aspirations. Welcome to the third quarter of 2023, Aquarius. Your affirmation that you should be walking into the third quarter of this year will be, I know my vision will benefit me and others, and I will remain consistent. All right, let's get into it. So we start July with Neptune transiting the second house, making an inconjunct to Mars transiting your seventh house. This can indicate instability when it comes to money, and your streams can slow down. It may not be enough anymore, or a stream could be lessened during this time, causing contention in your relationships or partnerships where your resources are instrumental in the collaboration. It's helpful not to get stuck on what could have been and be flexible when making the necessary financial changes that meet your standards and the expectations of those you are in commitments with. Since 2008, Pluto in Capricorn has been over there in your 12th house. By the way, this is Pluto's second to last transit back into Capricorn in your 12th house. So anyways, Pluto is over there digging up things that you chose to ignore for self-protection, things that you're either ashamed of or embarrassed by. But Pluto has put it in your face and taught you how to deal with it and made it your strength and not your undoing. The power derived from this experience, this transit, shows up in your actions. And during this time, it will be felt in your interactions with others, particularly committed partners, whether business or intimates. You could have been easier to deal with when you were operating from concealment and shame, but now that you're empowered, they may not know how to deal with you. This is a them problem, not a you problem. They will need to learn how to adjust to an empowered you. You just need to give them the space and time, but don't stop doing you. Now in mid-July, the North and South Node shifts into the signs of Aries and Libra, respectively. And this is happening in your 3rd and 9th house. You will see that your immediate or local environment looks new to you. It's much more resourceful when you start to pay attention to it. Your connections may grow, fostering new relationships. These new relationships may reintroduce past learning that when used now can present to be beneficial. Finding value in seeking knowledge and adventure in your own backyard will be something you wish to initiate. There will be an understanding that you don't need to run away to seek an adventure, as the grass is not always greener. Old relationships with siblings, peers, old school friends, and age mates will also be a theme and can take on fresh energy during this transit. With Saturn transiting your second house, it is teaching you how to be financially responsible. And I love this transit because once you pay attention to the lessons, you leave this transit with really useful tools to how to handle your affairs. You can be blessed with a good paying career or business or an amazing credit score. Anyhow, Saturn in Pisces retrograde is opposing Mars in Virgo, which is over in your 8th house. So what it's showing is that you may be relying on the help of another person or institution in regards to getting finances in order. This can also be a lover that wants to see you do well, but there may be off schedules or conflicts that arise that puts you in a position to try to sort it out yourself. This is the lesson that you should focus on. This is what you are meant to do. Figuring out the finances and how to handle it yourself. Getting resources and tips from others is cool, but the goal here is to seek self-reliance to get yourself out of a hole. Moving forward, July 23rd to September 4th, Venus and Leo retrogrades in your 7th house. Your relationships need attention. Are you giving what needs to be gave? What can be done to make you feel valued while your partner feels valued? Is money or the lack thereof a point of contention during this transit? Or maybe the battles of the egos, paying more attention to who's right as opposed to how y'all can get right. This will highlight your committed relationships, but even business collabs that need to be reworked. If there are pending legal matters, there needs to be a second look into whether the case started from principle, but now is focusing more on financial benefit. August starts out great in terms of debt. There can be relief and help coming into you by the way of a family member, someone within your household, or business or real estate ventures. I feel like someone within your family unit or those you consider family are having a change of heart, and it's due to a change of psychological mindset to where they have been operating out of fear, which causes negative interactions, but they are given a chance to see things differently and create a new sense of security. And because of that, they will feel free when giving you a helping hand. It's also a great time to have a meeting of the heart and recreate a bond based off of understanding and forgiveness. In August, you'll have to revisit the energy of Neptune op Mars again from your 2nd to the 8th house. You have a better understanding on how to seek the help of others, but not being over reliant of it. And the goal here is to not fall again into negative old patterns. Keep doing for self, but know how to receive advice and help, but don't latch onto it. Mercury retrogrades in your 8th house from August 23rd to September 15th. So while it may bring about issues surrounding money given or lent to you, debt, other people's resources that you are managing or providing advice on, it will also highlight how others critique you based on their own value system, standards, and boundaries. It's going to be something that requires your retrospection. It's not a matter on, well, it's on them, because their values will affect the quality of your bond. In the same manner that you would want your value standards and boundaries respected, they deserve the same. So yes, retrospection will be high at this time. However, this is not something you will struggle with off the bat because remember, you've been faced with over a decade of transforming the way in which you deal with your fear, and now that has become your strength. That empowers the way you deal with yourself and the way you deal with others. So now being confronted with someone that is going through empowerment of their self-worth, value system, boundaries, and standards, you can share your awareness and gifts in a way that is comfortable and allowing them to feel seen, which you can solidify a beautiful bond by doing so. Through your fear, you have found a gift, and I love this for you, Aquarius. So September rolls in and you're feeling kind of free. It feels like you went through a sort of spiritual and somewhat financial transformation, which was beneficial, but felt heavy. And now you are free, wanting to engage in adventures with others, but your finances don't want you to be great. You need to adjust something here, whether it be how and what you spend your adventures on or moving some funds around, but don't fall back into negative ways of spending just to show out. Okay, so during September 4th to December 31st, Jupiter retrogrades in your 4th house, and matters surrounding the home, family, emotional security, business, and real estate seem to have fewer positive outcomes. The resources that are needed to fuel those matters may seem to you as if it's running dry. There may be events that require you to be spiritually grounded, and you have more issues finding that space to get yourself grounded and be able to tap into, that spiritual power. What will be helpful for you is try to seek spiritual guidance and the peace that is needed. You need more effort. The positivity and prosperity is not gone. It just needs you to put more of your intentions and time so you know that things have been a blessing to you. You've been blessed with gifts, but you're not entitled to it. So this is what the period will teach you. Learn to tap into the energy with effort and don't take it for granted. The matters pertaining to the home, your comforts, and security is also affecting your need to commingle with others, your need to find freshness and possible adventure with others. It is good to get out there, explore, and have fun with others, but it should not be stemming from a need to escape your responsibilities, yourself, your family. Take care of what you need to take care of. Put in the extra effort and ground yourself before interacting with others outside of the home. That way, when you're done with your adventure, you're coming back to a place of peace. This brings us to the end of your reading, and I will see you in a few for your October, November, and December reading. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below about the energy you encountered so far in 2023 and the progress you've made. As mentioned in the beginning of the reading, you can grab a copy of your Astrology Daily Journal. The link will be in the description below. This will help you to keep track of what's happening in your life based on the astrological planetary influence. And until then, flow with the energy and take every blessing and opportunity the universe has in store for you. Peace and prosperity to you, and we'll chat soon.